Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Everybody, what's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct, man. Hey, we're here on it's a Monday night. It's the Monday Night Football Blitz. It's not the regular Thursday night show, but it's the Monday Night Football Blitz, man. Glad to be here. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also, underneath the sound of my voice in the podcast side, y'all give us that five-star review on the podcast side. Before we get into the Monday Night Blitz, let's meet the crew. D-Dubs, what's up, brother? How are you tonight?
What up? Thursday night. Oh, excuse me. Monday night. Man, you know I'm tired, bro. It's Monday night. Whew. Yo, what's good?
Oh, man, we're good, man. We're good. We're live on YouTube, of course, here. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Instagram, Facebook, X, everything. We're live. The DA, what's up?
Oh, shoot. What the hell happened to my shit? All right, what's good, y'all?
Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Hey, just go back in and
I'm looking at it now.
You good?
The hell?
Well, as D tries to figure that out, let me read a couple of call to actions. As y'all can see, it said, "Hey, Chasers fam, as you can see, the big sign behind me is lit up in pink for the month of October, showing our support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is crucial time to spread awareness, encourage early detections. We're dedicating this month to honor survivors, fighters, and those we lost to this battle. Let's all do our part, whether it's scheduling your screening, donating to research, or simply wearing pink. Every effort makes a difference in this fight." So this sign will be up for the month of October. The big sign, I call it behind me, will be lit up in pink. Second thing I want to mention too, and it's kind of going to affect me a little bit, Hurricane Milton support and safety. We also want to take a moment to ask for prayers and support for our brothers and sisters in Florida and any other affected areas for Hurricane Milton, also for Hurricane Helene on last week. As approaches, we know how devastating hurricanes can be, and it's important that everyone down there takes this necessary precautions. Please, in your area, follow emergency guidelines and stay prepared. And for the rest of us, let's keep them in our thoughts and help out however they can. Safety first. So I want to mention that as the storm approaches, they say it's forming into a category 5. Just make sure you stay safe, gas up, get all your water, do what you got to do. Shout out to all the first responders that are doing their thing and making sure they're keeping people safe as we go along. Third thing I want to mention, hey, let me just read this thing. All right, Chasers Nations, we are so close to a big milestone. We're just 70 subscribers away from hitting 3,000 on our YouTube channel. If you've been enjoying our channel content, now's the time to help and reach that goal. Hit that subscribe button and share our channel with your friends and family and join the Chasers community. Let's make this thing happen together. Hey, we're 70 short. Hey, man, by the end of this week, if you know somebody that loves sports web, share the channel with them. You know what I'm saying? We're all over the place. Like I said, we're on everything that we can imagine. We're just not on LinkedIn.
Tell your mama.
Tell everybody. Tell your closest friends. Whoever it may be.
Yeah, anybody.
Tell your co-workers that you can't stand. Tell them something.
Put your mama on it, man. I don't care if she just tell them subscribe, man.
Yeah. It costs you nothing.
70 costs you nothing to go on there, like, click, and subscribe, man. So
yo, mama.
Okay, yo, mama.
What up, Mike? What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro, man? Hey,
Rachel's on.
Rachel made her debut last week. If you don't know who Rachel is, I advise you to go back and listen to last week's episode about Rachel. Rachel, and one of the clips on Rachel, I'll say this before we start. On one of the clips, it's got about, I think on the YouTube and Instagram side, it's got about 1,000 hits apiece. You had Ryan and Daryl talking about Rachel. And sorry, the DA introduced Rachel. And Rachel, is it Rachel or Rachel? Yeah.
Yeah, man. What you can say, man? However you can pronounce it, bro.
Rachel.
Yeah. It depends on how you pronounce it, man.
Shout out to Samuel Bears for tuning in, man. Yo, let's get right to it, man. Let's go to the football. We're gonna go to the AP top 25 in college football. We got the Texas Longhorns. They are 5-0. Ohio State 5-0. Oregon is number 3. They're 5-0. Penn State is 5-0. Georgia is 4-1. They're number 5. Miami 6-0. We'll talk about them in a moment. They're number 6. Alabama, they dropped 6 down to number 7. They're 4-1. Tennessee is number 8 at 4-1. Ole Miss, they are number 9 at 5-1. Clemson is 4-1 at number 10. Iowa State is number 11 at 5-0. Notre Dame is at number 11, also at 4-1. Number 13, LSU is 4-1. Number 14, BYU is 5-0. Number 15, Texas A&M is 5-1. 16 is Utah. They're 4-1. Number 17, Boise State. They're 4-1. 18, Kansas State. They're 4-1. 18, Indiana is 6-0. 18, Oklahoma is 4-1. 21, Missouri is 4-1. 22, Pitt. Dan's Pitt is 5-0. Illinois, they're number 23 at 4-1. Michigan is number 24 at 4-2. And shout out to, I believe, a newcomer to the AP top 25. SMU is 5-1. If those youngsters that don't know about how long ago, D? About 20, 25
time ago. Long time ago. Longer than that. She was Eric Dickerson and my man. What's my man name on? Used to be on ESPN, man. They were the backfield, man. Golly, boy, he's a bad boy too, man.
They got
Kurt Herbstreit.
I can't know. It's not Kurt. It's a little bit before Kurt. But as you think about that, SMU got what they call back in the college, back in the day, they got the death penalty, which means their whole program was done because of quote unquote NCAA improprieties, which as we come full circle now, right? Does it really matter?
Yeah, it's not impropriety anymore. No, not at all.
But they punished SMU to the fullest. They got rid of football altogether, right? Football, if you remember.
Everything. They were done. It was Eric Dickerson and what's his name, man? Golly, the Pony Express and what's his name? James. His last name was James.
Okay.
I worked on ESPN, man. Craig James.
I can't think of his name.
That's
Craig James.
Craig James. Yeah, man. It was bad, boy. Those two series business. That might have been the best college Reggie Bush and what's his name? Lindell White. They were serious. Reggie Bush.
Matt Liner was quarterback on the team. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the backfield. Yeah, the backfield.
Just the running backs. I think O.J. Simpson and Marcus Allen played together for a little bit. I think who else played together? Ron Dane was by himself.
Ron Dane went to
Ricky was by himself.
Right.
Ricky was by himself. One back. That's why he got all those. But those two dudes were like real serious. But I just want people to know one thing is to notice and the number of SEC teams in the top 25. I think it's like damn near 15 of them.
Yeah.
So Kevin was going down the list. I was like, well, Missouri is SEC and Oklahoma is SEC. And, I see it just shows, man, that this thing is, man. Yeah, it's pro. It's only like 5 conferences that really matter, man. So
yeah,
it's weird, Tennessee, but those are also, they play such a gauntlet. I guess that makes them, a little bit more, formidable when that playoff thing starts. Because I didn't see Tennessee losing to Arkansas, and they did. I sure enough didn't see Vanderbilt. I should have bet money on that one. Beating
nobody expected to even cover.
To beat Alabama at all. That was wow. That's absolutely nuts. And the only other game is like you said, we talked about the Florida and Miami Cal game, right? But dude, listen, I'm telling you, son, it's absolutely crazy with the scores and what's happening. So I can't say go to Lowe's anymore, right? And now a lot of scores come up a little, a lot of scores come up a little.
Coming week.
Yeah, this coming week should be good too.
This coming week is probably going to be one of the best weekends.
Nah, you can go out. Yeah. Well, you got Texas, Oklahoma, which should be good.
Yeah.
Right. Penn State, USC should be good. California, Pitt's going to be good. We saw how Cal plays and Pitt's ranked. They play well. Arizona, BYU should be a good game. Florida always plays Tennessee well, but Tennessee just lost. So they're going to go hard. Georgia, Mississippi State, same thing. Oregon, Ohio State. First test for Ohio State on the whole year. So we see what they got. Ole Miss, LSU, great game. Stay home from that one. Kansas State, Colorado. Priming them. Yeah, they're gonna. If they win this game, this would probably be the biggest game that Colorado has had in the last 2 years. If they beat Kansas State, because Kansas State is ranked 18. So, if they can do it, that should be pretty serious. If they can. I think Texas is off this weekend. So, I think they got to buy. So,
absolutely. Let me go on to the couple of games. We usually do that on Thursday. DA will probably revisit some more games on Thursday. We call it the Erin edition, the Erin segment.
Yeah, Erin, you can go on outside. It's a white honeydew football.
Those in the Northeast, you could be raking leaves. I'm pretty sure the leaves are down.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but see how far I've been going, right? So we'll revisit that on Thursday. Let me go to the couple games that we was going to go over. Let me go over the Miami and Cal game. A lot of controversy with that game at first, but let me just read it. This is from the AP from CBS Sports. Halfway through the first season, and Miami Cam Ward, already known, has shown a knack for the dramatic. He Ward threw a 5-yard touchdown to Elijah Arroyo with 26 seconds left. That number 8 Miami roared back from a 25-point deficit in the second half to beat Cal 39-38 on Saturday night. A week after rallying the Hurricanes 6-0, 2-0 in the ACC from 10 points down in the fourth quarter to beat Tech, Ward did even more in engineering Miami's biggest comeback since rallying from 28 down to beat Boston College back in 1999. When one who has the ball in his hands, the game is never over. Receiver Xavier Restrepo said, referring to Cam Ward's uniform number, he has extreme confidence in that guy with good reason. Ward led 4 straight touchdown drives to end the game and spoiled what looked like the most monumental day in years for the Golden Bears, who are 3-2, 0-2 in conference play, and hosted ESPN's College Game Tape for the first time, and were on the verge of the second win over a top 10 team in the past 21 seasons. So, there was also some controversy at the end of the game. I'll let these guys get into it, D-Dubs, where there looked like to be a targeting hit that would have possibly gave, I think, if I'm not mistaken, would have gave Cal the ball back. And I'll give it to D-Dubs. Go ahead, D-Dubs, as I look that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead, look it up. But basically what I was talking about, and we talked about it earlier with the guys in the chat, we was talking about, to the letter of the law, there's no hitting, using your head to hit another player.
He can't leave your feet either. Can't launch.
You can't launch yourself. And clearly, the Miami player launched and hit. I believe he was the receiver. What was it, tight end or receiver?
Yeah.
Tight end.
I think it was receiver. Receiver of some sort.
Or was it? Okay, Kevin, while you look that up, because I'm trying to recall it. But anyway,
I got it right here. Cal built up. This is from San Francisco Gate. Saturday could have ended up feeling the greatest day of in Cal football history with the stellar showing. They talked about how they was on ESPN College Game Day. Cal built up a 35-10 lead deep into the third quarter. On 3rd and 12 from the Bears 42, Cal quarterback Fernando Mendoza scrambled on the play and ended up short in the first down. But he appeared to be struck in the head by Miami defender Wesley Besant, sending Mendoza to the ground in pain. Refs stopped action to let Cal tend to Mendoza, and before 4th down, the refs initiated a replay review for a potential targeting call. As the officials reviewed the hit, ESPN announcers Reese Davis and Brock Osweiler both seemed to think a targeting call would come into play, which would have given Cal an automatic first down. It wouldn't have completely iced the game. Miami still had 3 timeouts, but it would have made it much harder. Instead, the ref said the play still this call leading to a. I'm sorry, it just popped up.
I guess they had a point, right? Get the ball back.
Yeah, they had a point.
Right.
Yeah, it said the play still this call leading a lengthy round of boos from the Cal fans. Osweiler immediately questioned the decision and pointed out how Miami benefited from another controversial replay decision the previous week when they beat Virginia Tech on the last-second incompletion on Hail Mary. Back-to-back weeks, Miami's in a situation where it comes down to a replay and you question it and officials getting the calls correct. Osweiler said, I do not know by the definition of the rule, but how that it is not targeting. Go ahead, D-Dubs.
Yeah, it's clearly a targeting call. And like I said, I have watched so many NCAA games where we've seen that call. And it was just that one was just so obvious. And I don't know. I guess it wasn't obvious to the people that was on the field. So
home cooking.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And again, which led us to this whole conversation with the is the game's fixed? I hate this is why these guys lead, the NCAA, NFL. When we get these bad calls or calls not made, these phantom calls that's not made, this is where you keep the door creaked open for the people to say that the game is rigged. And and you can't defend it because it's like, yo, guys, I gotta make that call. I understand, you got discretion, but there's certain things that you got to call. It's the letter of the law. And it's one thing. It's one thing. Hold on, dude, before you. It's one thing when you tell me this is the rules, but then when I see it and then you try to make me feel like I'm stupid, like that just didn't happen. What we just seen. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
so here we are again. So you got guys with the tinfoil hats, and listen, man, I can't help him, man. That's it.
Me and my man Kev straight up and down yelled and screamed and fought until I wore up there. Like, all right, D, I see where you're coming from. It's just because they leave the door open with these calls. Yeah. It's when you get to court, the judge says, yo, is there reasonable doubt that this can happen?
And that's all you need. And that's all you need in the burden of proof, right?
And so for conspiracy guys like me, it's a situation where it's like, yo, D, what's the rule? Well, if you leave your feet, it's okay. Then I'm looking at the spread, and I'm like, yo, come on, man. It's 7.5. They get in and here we go. Because, and I'm not saying this for betting. It's other people that say it. It's other people, coaches, people that have said, this betting thing's too big. I got to get out. Like it's just not NIL, folks. There's other factors that are making these coaches leave, man. Because it's becoming the betting thing. The NIL is just becoming far too big. It's controlling the game. Once it became legalized in all these states, and then the channels, the sports channels, and the games. This game is brought to you by. I ain't naming nobody because they're not paying us right now. So, but the reality is, they control it, man. I mean, they can control me too. They throw some dough this way, but I'm saying they control it, and this is what's happening. So,
And then I hear, oh, he hit him in the shoulder. Well, according to this rule, your neck and your shoulders is connected area. That's your neck bone connected to your
because the leaving the feet, the launching, and that's how Herman was. Bone on do. But I'm saying, leave your feet. That's it. So I've seen it called and replayed for different calls at different schools, And they break it down like, yo, it doesn't have to be that part. It could be that part, you know?
Correct.
It doesn't have to be the crown of the helmet first. It could be you launched. All those things, you know, involved or are said to be targeting. Yes. Now, I don't know what the discretion is for the referees, and I'm sure they have some. I'm sure they do. But, dude, at the end of the game right there, that doesn't look good. It's not a good look. That's all I'm saying. Not a good look. That's all. So I'm on to the next, though. Me and Kev have made up. Good to go, my brother. Hey, yo, that's it, man. You know?
Literally, like you said this afternoon on the phone. It's like, yo, two alpha dogs, we just going at it. And
I'm not going to stop. We stay 10 toes down on it, man. It's good. We don't have to agree on everything, man. So we don't agree.
No, absolutely not. That's especially, and he can't be with us tonight. Ryan can't be with us tonight. He'll be with us Thursday, hopefully. But Ryan and D-Dubs was going at it. I woke up Sunday morning. I was like, what is going on? And Ryan was in the chat, and I said, Ryan, I'm gonna make sure we save a spot for you at the table on this coming Thursday to get your point across on the targeted thing, because Ryan was 10 toes deep with it too, saying that it wasn't him and Darryl was D-Dubs was going back. So I'm just
going by the rules, but like, so this is like when we talked about, Kev, like being honest in all sports. If we know the rules as fans, as folks that watch the game and know the game, and this is what they say is the rule, right? So, all right, walking is dribbling, and you take 3 steps. That's a walk. You only get 2. So when we watch dudes do that, you can't say, "Oh, it's a hot step in the back." That dog, how many times did the feet hit the ground? That is it. That would be the answer to the test. No, he's doing a back step. Then he take 3 steps. Well, he dribbled, and then he faked the dribble and took another step. Then he take 3 steps. It's a walk. The refs are supposed to call it.
End the story.
That's all. No, but he needs to take the ball and do this when he do his crossover. It's a carry. It's in the rule book. I'm not making these things up. And if you just call what was there, the games would be better. That's all.
Correct.
Strikes and balls, same thing. They did that. MLB did that. Don't put the box on fucking TV. And I wouldn't be mad.
He wouldn't be mad. Let me introduce the angry one. Angry one, what's going on tonight, sir? How are you?
What's up? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man? I'm good, man. I'm good.
Chilling. We're just talking a little college football, Miami and Cal. For all the Cal fans that were crying, though, you was up. I know, E. You put your head to the side. Yeah.
Yo, man, let's not make that be the reason why you lost the game.
You was up.
Because you was up. Ample opportunities throughout the game to get the job done. That's all. And
that's a fact.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the fact.
It's unfortunate. The call, I don't agree with it. It is what it is. But this is what y'all been telling everybody. These are the rules. Get over it. This is what the rule book states. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, my only thing is, and me and D-Dub talked about this, and we've said this on many occasions on this show. Inconsistency
kills you. Yeah.
That's all, and that's it. And that's why we have people to feel the way they feel all the way to the right, and why they feel the way they feel all the way to the left. Whatever extreme thoughts that you may have, this is why. Because y'all don't call things straight down the middle as you should. That's all, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Handle your business. You was up. You was definitely up, man. Cal, y'all was up.
I agree with that. And I don't, as far as winning the game, I could care less. I just said that it was a bad call. And with the line that they had in this game in particular, 7.5 to 7, that was it. So I'm like, your dog, this either way, once they got in between the 7, on the 7, whether Miami got a field goal to one, a touchdown to one, and still lost the game, they would have got within the 7.5. That's all I was saying. You know, and you could see it. Like it was just a bad call. But let's go, Kev. those guys get paid money to make mistakes. So.
Yeah, 100%, man. Let me go on to the other. This was the as in the words of the angry one, 615. Y'all need to stand up, man. They was having a good time after this win, boy. I tell you, boy. From the AP, CBS Sports, Nashville, Tennessee says fans of the Vanderbilt Commodores danced into the field, jumping up and down as they tore down a goalpost, carried it out the stadium, and rang out sweet sounds of victory. Then they towed the goalpost just over a couple miles and tossed it into the Cumberland River. Their school's historic win over number 1 Alabama deserved to be celebrated this way. Cedric Alexander ran for 2 touchdowns. Randon Fontanet scored on a pick six, and Diego Pavia outplayed Heisman Trophy candidate Jalen Milroe as Vanderbilt stunned Alabama 40-35 on Saturday for the Commodores' first win over the nation's top ranked team. Vanderbilt 3-2 and they're 1-1 in the SEC, had lost all 60 games against, check this out, against AP top 5 teams, according to Sports Radar. The Commodores hadn't beaten Alabama on the field in 40 years, but they snapped a 23-game skid, making big play after big play to give Coach Clark Leah his alma mater's biggest win ever. This is a dream right here, Leah said. And for the next 12 hours, I'm going to enjoy this dream. We got more ahead of us, but this is what Vanderbilt football needs to be about. Big wins on big stages. We're going to get some more. Go ahead, DA. No, go ahead. You go. I'm done. Go ahead.
And after that, kids Vanderbilt with the goddamn library because they got all 4.0 averages. So they threw that thing in the river and they went to go study. You know, that's what they did. They ain't have no benders and throw no cars over there. Nope. They went right back to school, back to class. They might have a class after that, 12 o'clock in the morning. But good game. Proud of them. Coaching matters, y'all. Like, and I'm not saying coaching X and O's, coaching. I mean, attitude. I'm not saying this because I think he's a great man. I just don't think Nick Saban would have let that. Like the mindset of the Nick Saban team, though he has all the athletes that they have now, and this coach is he's from Washington, right? That took over for Nick. I think he came from Washington, right? But this is the difference, man. So the kid that scored those 2 touchdowns the week before, number 2, this week you see him in a TikTok video dancing. Dog, that don't happen with Nick, man. You ain't seen that. That don't happen with Nick. That's just that, period. Like, it don't happen. You know, and the standard is the standard, unless it's not the standard anymore. And I'm just saying, Nick Saban, they wouldn't have lost that game. They came in there with a different mindset, and they wouldn't have lost that game. These guys got relaxed because they won the game before, right? Big game, and they came down. Again, I'm not a homer for Alabama, but I just watched them in a lot of SEC teams since I moved down here. And what I'm telling you is they would not have let that shit happen. That's all, period. But great game for Vanderbilt, and they practiced too, and they did the best they could, and I'm proud of them as a school. I don't have no issue with Vanderbilt at all.
Let me just read this from Barstool Sports from Big Tennessee. Speaking of Nick Saban, says this: I can't believe a situation ever came about in which Vanderbilt had an opportunity to troll the Alabama football program. If you didn't see this, this was very funny. Saban, but these are crazy times we live in. Saban said last week when talking about playing road games in the SEC that the only place teams didn't fear was Vanderbilt because the visiting team will always have more fans there than the Commodores, which to Saban's credit was still absolutely true today. He just didn't account for the fact that Vandy will ever get a quarterback good enough to beat the Tide. I want to know when this video was queued up for the Vandy game ops department because there's no chance they had ready to go at kickoff. Someone remembered then halfway through the fourth quarter and got it ready in case the unthinkable happened where were to happen. I'm still not positive this game actually happened, and it doesn't compute. So, yeah, Vanderbilt, their social media people, they absolutely troll Nick. I'm going to give it to the angry one. Everyone lived in the 615 for a little bit. What you think about this win for Vanderbilt and their win over Alabama? The first time beating a top 10 team in the AP. They stay in the top 10. This is crazy. Go ahead.
Yo, man, I salute those players because, hey, listen, this is what you come to the SEC for, right? Vanderbilt's been getting their teeth knocked in all these years, and to finally come up against a beast like Alabama, may not be the same Alabama, but they're still Alabama. To get this win in your backyard, yo, man, I can only imagine the excitement that was going through the stadium, going through their fans and everything, man. Yo, I'm happy for them, man. Bama's gonna be there. They could probably get another loss or two and still be in this tournament. But this was Vanderbilt's national championship right here. Don't know what they're going to do for the remainder of the year, but this will be their national championship going forward until they build this brand up, which is Vanderbilt, if they can. But this is where you start at, man. This is what you play for.
Yeah, for sure. And let's be clear, their brand is not bad. They got arguably the best college baseball team every year.
Oh,
every year.
Right. So, college baseball, that's a totally different story. Yeah.
So it definitely was great win. I love the whole enthusiasm afterwards. Like you said, the whole they took the goalposts down, they stormed the field, took the goalposts, and I've been to Vanderbilt twice for some professional development. And like I said, the stadiums of the river's a few blocks away from the stadium, and they just the police just let them have their fun, just took the thing and they threw in the river. I think this morning they fished it out they fished it out the river.
Firemen and everybody, and they
went in there and
took it out.
It's a win-win-win. Overtime for the
overtime.
Yeah.
It's a steal.
That's a win-win-win.
Yeah,
it's
man.
So,
definitely good things. Like I said, a few things changed in college football this week as far as the AP as I'm reading down here. Next week should be like DA as he queued up. There was some good games that you should be aware of next weekend, this weekend coming up. So
we'll go over that again Thursday.
Yeah, we'll definitely go in on Thursday. So let me just the Clemson and if I can get to it here.
Florida State,
what's going on, man?
That foolishness.
Oh no.
You and 4 other people watched that game. If you did.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was just saying how Clemson has, they turned some things around, so they're 4-1. Yes, Florida State is absolutely.
Florida State was trash. I mean, most of Dabo was not going to let that happen. But
we got to see what the ACC has to offer. I don't know who they play out of conference in Clemson this year, so we'll see. But I'll pull it up. I'll look while you guys are going. That's one. See what they have out of conference this year.
Yeah, they beat. Clemson beat Florida State 29-13. Wasn't even close. Florida State. Let me just read this word. Cade Klubnik had 235 yards passing and threw touchdowns passes to Antonio Williams and T.J. Moore as the number 15 Clemson jumped to an early lead and cruised past Florida State. I'm not going to read no more. Florida State, it looks like the whole program has pretty much just did a dive. And did their quarterback play? No, the quarterback did not play. The one that started, that transferred from.
He's probably in the portal now, Kevin. That's who in the portal right now.
Man, well, he was a transfer from last year, correct? Am I correct?
He was at Oregon State, man. He's going to be in college till he's 35.
Oh, one of those guys. Okay. Yeah. Chris Winkie.
Oh, yeah, he'll be there a minute. He'll be there for a minute. Yes. And Chris Winkie is from Florida State, right? So,
yeah.
Winkie actually played baseball first, so.
Yeah. How long did he stay? He stayed to almost like he was almost 30, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's 27, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he played baseball.
Yeah, there's a dude on my
for Florida State.
Yeah.
And then he,
There's a dude on Miami. I think he's like entering like his He's almost about to
be
20.
Yeah. I think he played for a minute though. Yeah, had 2 COVID years or some shit.
Yeah, he had two COVID years. That's kind of pushed back his eligibility, and that's why he's been playing for a long time. I want to say he's on the offensive line. I think I have to look it up.
I remember them talking about him.
Yeah.
So they lost to Georgia out of conference. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Tell your story.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I just say the only good team they played out of conference is Georgia, and they lost to them 34-3. It's wild because when they said they played Stanford, I was like, oh, but Stanford is in their conference now, right? Stanford's in the ACC, right? Yeah, okay. So every other game they got left, unfortunately, is they got the Citadel and they got South Carolina at the end of the year. Citadel is not good. South Carolina, may give them. They're not good either, but they may give them a better game. I assume. I guess. I hope. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. Maybe. Hope.
Wish. Hope.
Pittsburgh. Louisville's no longer ranked. Wake Forest is no longer ranked. So they probably won't make it because their strength of schedule is not that good. But again, me being old, and like I told you guys, I believe you should let the computer sort this shit out. But, again, what do I know? BCS worked for me.
Oh, but it's not football. It's not humanized.
There's a lot of shit not humanized. Your car not humanized,
but the humans made it. So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not humanized. Please. The
car's not humanized. Let's go to the NFL so they can get on me about my Niners.
Yeah, let's go to the NFL, man. Let's just move on to
the angry one can smoke me about my Niners, and I can sign off and go to bed. So
let's start off. Let's go to London first. London. Aaron Rodgers. This is from the AP. Aaron Rodgers had a message for Andrew Van Ginkel after the Vikings linebacker returned an interception, 63 yards for a touchdown. He told me Christmas came too early for me. The humble Van Ginkel said. I just told him thank you. Minnesota took more gifts, interceptions off Rodgers and stayed undefeated by holding off the Jets 23-17 win over the New York
Christmas
Jets
all day
at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. Despite trailing 17-0 early, the Jets had a chance to drive for a potential winning score in the final minutes, but Stefan Gilmore intercepted Rodgers' pass intended for Mike Williams, and the Vikings improved to 5-0 for the first time since 2016. Van Ginkel grabbed Rodgers' quick slant before breaking a tackle and outrunning the Jets lineman down the sideline for a 63-yard score and a 10-0 lead. The linebacker also had a pick six in the season opener against Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. Man, let me just read by the numbers. Sam Darnold for the Vikings. He was 14 of 31, 179 yards, no TDs, but one interception. Aaron Rodgers, he had a horrible game. He's 29-54, threw the ball too much for me. 2 TDs and 3 interceptions. He looked very slow. He didn't look like he did like in the first game. Of course, I mean, the game against the Pats a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know this is a one-off. I'll give it to D-Dub. D-Dub's your thoughts on the Jets and the Vikings.
A one-off. Please, dog. I told y'all.
Tell him.
I told y'all about Aaron Rodgers. Y'all told me that I should chill. It's one game.
I was in agreement with you. Twin box. Back me up, Twin box.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, man. Man, I watched this game yesterday. I'm like, okay, enough with, he's hurt. He's 40 years old. He's blah, 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 blah. Listen, dog. Yeah. Y'all not going to keep on blaming the injuries from, I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. This guy was part-time politician, and then now he wasn't all in. Should I make a big deal out of this? It's only what's this? 5 games, right? They're still 2-3. They still behind?
They're game behind Buffalo, the Bills,
right? And I'm gonna make a big deal out of it, a little bit, because Aaron Rodgers looked awful, man. 29-54. This is what we doing. He looked awful. Even though they tried to take a little spark, the defense kept him in the game with the interception late. But he threw two bad interceptions, man. I'm like, where are you going?
Bad.
They claimed the last one he was going to the back shoulder. It looked what the back shoulder is on the ground. I don't know, man. Bro,
the receiver didn't know it, so
he threw that joint to the ground, man.
Yo, this is what happens, man. And we still got. There's still a lot of time left, but I'm not a believer in 40-year-old quarterbacks. This is, it's
but Tom Brady did it.
It's a shelf life. Yes, he did it, but you know what? Guess what he did? He went to better. He kept on going to good teams. Good teams.
Running backs. You can run the ball,
and you can run the ball. That's correct. Breece Hall, 9 carries, 23 yards. Come on, dog.
9?
Come on.
9
carries. What are we talking about?
Yo, D, your ex-defensive coordinator, he's on the clock too.
I told you that too.
Oh, I know he is. But he is.
Go ahead. He's going to make
I'm gonna just say this.
Go ahead.
On top of what D-Dub said, I told y'all. What did y'all expect for this team to look like? This man is 40 years old, right?
They still thinking Green Bay. They are thinking Green Bay.
I'm not gonna keep harping on that, right? But he's coming off an injury, off a year of sitting down, doing part-time like D
politician with RFK Jr. Get the
but ain't nobody, man. Look. I'm gonna say this. They almost pulled it off, but Aaron Rodgers, first of all, if you think your 40-year-old quarterback is going to survive this season throwing 54 friggin' times during the game, now I'm pretty sure, I hope and I pray for his sake and for New York Jets fans that's out there, that's listening, whatever, that this will not happen again. Why do you go away from your identity, which is running the ball? Yes, you got the great Aaron Rodgers, but use what got you there, which is running the ball and defense. He was supposed to come in there to eliminate all the mistakes, all the alleged mistakes that Zach Wilson made, right? Well, he's looking worse than Zach Wilson.
They don't look no better. And is it me? Let
me just say this. The Jets organization, again, we've seen Sam Darnold and all the other names before them, right? They do not know how to develop a damn quarterback. End of story. Sure. I'm done.
Is it me, guys?
One other thing. Sam Darnold came back down to earth. He played a defense that knows how to play defense, that stayed disciplined. The offense failed the Jets. I'm done.
And is it me? Did Aaron Rodgers look slow? He looks. I mean, again, go back to the 40. He looks. Yes. He doesn't look fresh. He looks very.
You're not going to get the Aaron Rodgers that scrambled against.
He tried, but he's very slow.
It's a wrap.
He's not that guy.
No. And that's what I think. I think most
and Drew Brees did it. Why do y'all continue to slander Aaron Green?
Everybody can't do
Aaron Green.
Can't be everybody.
This guy.
Everybody can't be
Aaron Green Rodgers.
Everybody can't be Aaron Green Rodgers. So
yeah. No, I actually know Aaron Green. Shout out to my man Aaron Green. He's actually a Niners fan, man. But if you listen to Aaron,
God help him too. Jesus.
Yeah, man. Shit.
Man, the Jets, man, y'all got a lot of. I don't
know, man. The clock is ticking, man, because this is not what Jet fans expected to see out of this team.
Let's
don't know why.
But go ahead. But are you gonna give him a bone, DA? Go ahead.
We're gonna go real logical, right?
Okay.
So the thing with last year's team, right? The beef was this. Y'all tell me, talking about last year, right? So we go back a whole year.
How good the team was.
Best roster. Yeah. You lose one man and you go in the toilet. That same toilet team is back with him. Gaining nobody else. I've mentioned Mike Williams, I think, a receiver. And you expecting them to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
All right, next on to the next, please.
Yeah, we go on to the next one, Kev.
Wait. One. Do they go all out and go get Adams?
No,
they can if they want to, but it's going to be the same result.
Yeah, that offensive line, they need to go get. I don't know who is the offensive line coordinator or whatever. That personnel that they have, they need to blow that offensive line up. They need to go get another tackle and another guard.
Well, since Duke, remember when Duke got hurt last year, had to retire. The Bricksaw, right? That's his name.
Yeah,
that was it. Like that. That is like almost like a quarterback because they couldn't replace him. So but like you said, they're gonna do what they gotta do.
Yeah, definitely. Let me move on. I only why I mentioned this game. It's the only reason why I mentioned the game because we haven't given this coach any smoke either. The Dolphins, they're 2-3. They defeated the Pats on yesterday, 15-10. I'll just read this from the AP, of course. Miami Dolphins made just enough plays to beat New England, to beat the New England Patriots and enough mistakes to lose just about anyone else. A block punt, 2 missed field goals, one up the upright, and one on the bot snap, another snap over the quarterback's head, and taking Miami out of range for another field goal attempt. An interception that set up the Patriots' only touchdown. Some of these things that we're shooting ourselves in the foot with right now. It was a full team win to be able to overcome these issues, said fullback Alec Ingold, who scored Miami's only touchdown in a 15-10 victory Sunday. We know that that's not acceptable. It's not up to the standard. He said, we all know what we got to do. Let me just mention this, and we're not going to stay in this game too long. When Miami lost Tua a couple weeks ago to his concussion injury, and he's on concussion protocol, he's going to be out for the unforeseeable future, right? I've never been watching football a very long time, and maybe you guys can fact check me. I'm not trying to be dramatic for clicks or likes, but the fact that how does this offense, when this guy is out of the game, out of the team, when he's no longer playing, how do the Dolphins go from like the number one offense to like being,
pretty simple.
Well, please answer it for me. Go ahead, because and then hold on. Another question. Ouch! Is my try to lift this bad shoulder here. This coach, and I'm with DA, man. I'm with DA, man. Please let history tell the story. Sometimes we too much in the sports industry. We want to praise somebody for doing such a great job in the beginning and want to kill somebody when they're doing such a bad job in the beginning. I think there needs to be balance. And, they've been Mike McDaniels, he's this new offensive guru, And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, man. He's going to set new offenses, in some new stratosphere, and then this happens. Go ahead, DA. Answer my question, please. Riddle me this.
Yeah, okay, too. Mike McDaniels is an okay coach. He does a lot of motion things, and that's what made people think he was a new wonder kid or whatever. He was a coordinator with the Niners, and I guess they say, man, if you can make Jimmy G look good, boy, you can make anybody look good. So that's I think he gets smoked for not having a backup quarterback. The reason why the offense looks down or goes down is because the dude that's playing quarterback wasn't there on that team. He came from somebody else's practice squad. So with that said, that's there. And not saying Huntley's bad.
No.
I'm just saying Huntley doesn't even know their system. Right? So he doesn't know their system. He's just learning their offense. So that offense is going to look horrible because he doesn't know it. Now, 5-6 games in, he might be as good as Tua at it, right? But we got to wait and see if he makes it that far.
But even with Skylar Thompson, it was shaky the most. Would you agree?
Yeah,
Before he got hurt.
Well, that's we've talked about. You're right, Kevin, and we talked about this last year and many years. Why is it that NFL teams don't have good backups? Right? And Tom Brady was on something talking about like he doesn't understand it. Like, why wouldn't you have a good backup? Like, what's your problem? Why would you not have a competent backup? But hey, man, it's what you do. It's not like you're paying them a lot, but most teams, like you said with the Giants, when the Giants went from Daniel Jones to Danny DeVito, like you got to have a good backup.
Tommy DeVito.
Oh, sorry, Tommy DeVito. But you got to have a backup quarterback that's competent in running the system that the starter runs. So it's I don't know. That's what it is. That's my answer, Kevin.
Go ahead, D-Dubs. What you got on this one?
First of all, I want to double back. Shout outs to the Minnesota 5-0, man. That slipped me. I meant to say that. Let's give them some credit, put some respect on their name. They are 5-0, and probably they look like the best in that NFC. What's that?
Central.
North.
I mean, the North.
Yeah, NFC North.
Yeah,
so AFC, the NFC North.
What happened?
But we'll see.
When they play Detroit, that should be a good game.
But definitely. But I just wanted to give them their credit. Now on this game, Kev, I don't know why we're talking about this, but I understand what you're saying. Why is this team with this supposed to be a Maserati vehicle, and they look like
you go,
or Ford Pinto or whatever it may be.
Hyundai.
What's the other one? The Kia Boys, where you could just steal a vehicle. That's the TikTok challenge, stealing vehicles, and I don't know, man. I picked the Patriots to win. I thought that mainly being at home, they could just knock off the Patriots, but that wasn't to be. Tyler Huntley played a pretty pedestrian game, 18-31, 194 yards, one interception. But you're right. And it's like the rest of the team. Where's the rest of the team? From one player going down, the defense go down, the offense go away.
Defense wasn't going to be no good anyway. So
well,
they come into it bad, injury.
This is true.
They wasn't no good anyway.
But as far as the offense, you got weapons all around you. But no trigger, man. It is what it is. They got the second win this year. 2-3 for the season, and Patriots being the Patriots, what we thought they was going to be 1-4, and probably going to get worse.
Miami fans gonna be mad at me. I've said it. I said it at work. I said it here. I said
what mad about.
Yeah, and then right away they just. Well, what about the Giants? I said I've been on record. I said it's a public record. It's on every platform you're gonna. The Giants with their quarterback situation has absolutely been sucked. Even though I got their gear on today, they absolutely have sucked. And how they handle the whole Daniel Jones situation. So I don't want to hear that. So I just want to know. I just want answers. How does one guy is going and y'all look like this? Go ahead, E.
I'm gonna just say this real quick.
I don't even know how the Giants.
I agree with everybody else. I don't even know why we talking about this shit, but I'll just go ahead and say this. I pick New England too. I'm gonna just say this. Sometimes y'all said Miami's supposed to be this Maserati on offense, right? Sometimes it all depends on the driver. You could have Mario Andretti, or you could have me driving. Pick your poison. It's just that simple. Sometimes if you don't have guys, like DA said, if you don't have guys that fit that system, that have that skill set to drive that car, you're going to be on the shoulder somewhere. And that's exactly where they at. Huntley has a totally different skill set. Yeah. It looked like the New England defense played more for the pass than they did the run. That's probably why they was able to run pretty well. You got Wright ran 13 times for 86 yards. You had Mosler run 19 times for 80 yards. That's 6.6 average and a 4.2 average. So, man, it is what it is, man. Miami got their second win. Let's go. I don't even know why we talking about this shit. I just thought
next game.
I didn't mean to trigger you.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I don't mean to trigger you, dog. I don't mean to trigger you, man. Yeah. All right, so let me move on to the next game. The next game, like I said, that this was an interesting game to say the least. And this is from the AP. Cincinnati, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow traded touchdown throws all afternoon. It took a big run and a chip shot kick in overtime to settle a wild game between the Ravens and the Bengals after Derrick Henry rumbled for 51 yards to put the Ravens at the Bengals 6. Justin Tucker kicked a 24-yard field goal to lift Baltimore to a 41-38 win Sunday. Tucker kicked a 56-yarder with minute 35 left in regulation to tie the game that featured more than 700 yards passing and 9 touchdown passes. It was a shootout, a flat-out shootout. The second half, Baltimore coach John Harbaugh said that's a great win against a team that was playing at a very high level. Tucker's winning field goal came after Evan McPherson missed a 53-yard attempt for Cincinnati after a fumble snap. They gave Baltimore the ball at its own 43, and on the next play, Henry had a big run for the Ravens. I'll tell you this, watching this game on the red zone, talking about the jaws of defeat, I'm thinking when he's McPherson is lining up to kick this 53-yard field goal, I say, all right, Ravens are going backwards and they're getting ready to lose. And when the long snapper snapped the ball and the placeholder he fumbled, the holder he fumbled it a little bit. He still was able to get the kick off, but it went wide to the left. And then there you go, the Ravens get the ball, and 2 plays later, Henry's rumbling down for 51 yards, and they set it up. And then Justin Tucker, he don't miss. Not from there. That was an extra. I think on the very next play, they kick the field goal and they go home, man. I'll kick it to. Yeah, I'll give it to E. What you got?
I'm gonna just jump in real quick. I'm not gonna blame. I know we say kickers just got one job. I'm not gonna blame the kicker for that. I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'm not saying
Cincinnati. I just for
go ahead.
The naysayers out there that want to blame the kicker. Whoever they are. But I just wanted to say, Cincinnati, you had a 38-28 lead in the fourth quarter. And yes, it was a shootout. Yes, it was. At many times, I thought that the Baltimore, I know it was Jamar Chase. I know how great that offense can be when they was cooking. And yes, they were cooking yesterday. However, that was probably some of the worst safety defense I have seen in a while from a Baltimore defense. This guy was turned every which way. I mean, he made Joe Burrow is a very good quarterback. Okay. But they made him look Joe Montana-esque yesterday. Okay. And for Cincinnati to hold that L because of
that they did. You
guys can't put down Lamar Jackson. He was in your clutches. Yo, man. That throw to Lively reminded me of the catch. Yo, man, that was
in the middle of the end zone.
Yo, that was him to bobble the ball, to fumble the ball, run around, stiff arm the guy, stiff arm him again, run to the sideline.
Knock him down.
I thought he stepped out of bounds. Leap in the air and get that much zip on the ball. And again, the tight end's the only guy jumping. There's 3 guys around him. Nobody jumping. Nobody. Yo, man.
MVP.
Great win for Baltimore. A bad loss for the Bengals. They should have had this one. It is what it is. This is what you get from the NFC North. I thought that this was probably the most entertaining game for me, NFL wise. Damn near probably for the whole weekend. Great game.
Gotcha. D-Dubs, what you got on this?
Yo, good game. Lamar Jackson, 26-42, 348, 4 TDs. Joe Burrows, 30-39, 392, 5 TDs. Yeah, man. This is very. If you wanted points, you got it here. So this is a very entertaining game. I thought, several times, I thought Baltimore was. I was like, Baltimore's gonna let Cincinnati win this game, and I kept on turning the TV, and they kept on flashing some of the highlights, and that play that you seen, like the anger on just alluded to, that was just a phenomenal athletic play. I mean, there's one thing about Lamar, he makes those type of plays, not all the time, but when you need it, he can do it, and he did it yesterday. Right there. So again, this is probably one of the best games. Shout outs to Cincinnati. Chase, man, he had that one runoff. But now we're looking now, and Cincinnati. You look up, Cincinnati's 1-4. 1-4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's going to be. We're going to see this turnaround. It would be shocking to me if they come back and be able to make the playoffs off of this one. But shout outs to the Ravens. A slow start early, and they sit right now at 3-2.
Yep, the Bengals and the Browns bring up the AFC North cellar at 1-4 apiece. Go ahead, DA.
Real quick. I wish Ryan was here for this one though. That Joe Burrow is kicking me about why they paying him because he beat Patrick Mahomes. Beat Patrick Mahomes. What does that do now, right? And I don't say it because I don't like Joe Burrow. I'm just saying because you give these kids the bag. He gets hurt. Slow start next year. You know what I mean? So is he worth the money? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. He's bringing people to the stadium. Joe Cool, Joe Burrow, Eminem, blonde hair, chain, all that. Not saying he's a bad quarterback because he is a good quarterback, as Eric said. But at the end of the day, you get paid to win games. End of the day, that's what it is. So next game.
Next game it is. Let's bring this up here. This was a good game. This is we're going to talk about ease man Goldilocks here. No longer winless. The Jacksonville Jaguars can now start working on not being defenseless. The Trevor Lawrence threw for 371 yards and 2 touchdowns on his 25th birthday and put Jacksonville in a position for Cam Little's 49-yard field goal with 17 seconds left that gave the Jaguars their first victory of the season, a 37-34 over the shorthanded Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. Tank Bigsby ran for 101 yards and 2 scores for Jacksonville, which won for the first time since December, extended its home streak against division rival Indianapolis to double digits. I kind of know we don't lose to them, so I'm like, good timing. Jags defensive end Josh Hines Allen says. Jacksonville won its 10th consecutive home game in the series while wearing throwback uniforms on the day the franchise inducted retired coach. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That's pretty cool. Coach Tom Coughlin into its ring of honor. It was a fitting tribute to the man who built an expansion team into a contender. If y'all don't remember, Jacksonville and I think Carolina came into the NFL at the same time in 1994. And Tom Coughlin, almost like in year 3, took Jacksonville to the AFC East Conference. Championship game, man.
They had a crew though, dog.
Yeah, they had it. Yeah, they definitely had a crew. Definitely.
They got a lot of stuff in the draft. I don't know how they did it for the draft, but they had Fred Taylor, Keenan McCardle. What's the other receiver they had there? Then they had Brady at the tight end. Then they had the big lineman that just went in the Hall of Fame. So they had a crew.
Yeah. So shout out to them giving Tom Coughlin his flyers. Joe Flacco, a 39-year-old veteran who beat Jacksonville in Cleveland last season, completed 33 of 44 passes for 359 yards and 3 touchdowns. He directed 42 and 45-second scoring drives to rally the Colts from a 14-point deficit late. Let me tell you something about Joe Flacco. He continued to amaze me how he's doing this, bro. Like, it doesn't matter where he goes. He just simply goes in there and he plays quarterback, don't get hurt, and he gives the team an opportunity and a chance to win. Richardson is out again for the Colts. I believe they're running back. What's his name? I can't think of his name real quick. Somebody help me out. He's out too. So they was shorthanded, the Colts, and they was able to stay in this game. Jacksonville is a good team or good bad team. Which one is it?
You got a few of those in the NFL, so. It's weird, but we do have a few of those. Good, bad, good.
If you're in my football mindset, if you're wondering where I'm at.
Who you talking about got hurt? Who you said got it? Running for who?
I said
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, Taylor wasn't playing, and Richardson wasn't playing. Richardson got hurt last week. So quarterback.
Jacksonville's still a bad team.
Go ahead, take it away.
You still let Joe Flacco put a point. Yo, man, they put 24 points on y'all in the fourth quarter. Come on, man.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Joe Flacco threw two bombs to Alec Pierce. I mean,
two dimes,
one
bro.
One for a touchdown, one for just I forget how many yards it was. I think it was a 65-yard. Yo, I was like, wow.
He's got a
but then again, I'm looking at the Jaguars. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing back there? How y'all let him get behind y'all?
Defense.
That's
all I'm saying,
another
man.
story.
Look, Joe Flacco's how old?
104 and dog.
38.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I will say this about Joe Flacco, right? Since his days of Baltimore, he's been a journeyman, backing up here and there, whatever. And in spurts, he's been able to not only land with certain teams, but he's landed with teams that when he had to come in, A, they gave him whatever that he needed at his disposal, and B, he's a student of the game, and he's obviously still very coachable, and he's doing exactly everything that needs to be done to execute the game plan. So again, shout out to Joe Flacco. No, I ain't got no old man slander for him. He played phenomenal. He played great. But let's see if this can continue while Richardson is still trying to heal. So we all remember, yes, Joe Flacco, again, in spells, he's great. But we all remember what happened to him in them playoffs last year. So when you're gonna meet up to one of these teams that's not going to
he was
play
old.
like Jacksonville,
he just got old and tired,
like Jacksonville did in that back end.
Yeah.
He was old. He just got old and tired. So
gotcha. Did you have something else? D-Dubs, I'm sorry, did I get you?
No, I was just saying, Flacco did a good job against the Colts. This was another one high scoring game. So it's just I picked the Jaguars, and at one point it looked the Jaguars was losing at one point. I said, Jesus. I thought this would be the best game for them to get their first win. I was correct, but it was a little bit closer than I expected. So, I agree with E and DA. This is a good bad team. This is
a good bad team.
This is I think that's the only way to explain the Jaguars, man, because you just don't understand. They got some talented.
They got some talented people in there, man.
They got some talented joints, but they're just not executing and not getting there. So they 1-4 and on the year. So let's see.
Before we go to the next game, just a couple of tidbits. Ask the panel: is Washington for real or what? Thoughts?
Yeah,
they beat a bad Cleveland team yesterday.
Yeah, in that division.
Well, you know what? Only thing I say, they look good right now, but they at Baltimore this weekend, so we'll see.
Okay. What does the Browns
battle for the
do
DMV?
Battle for the DMV. What do the Browns do with Deshaun Watson? What are we doing?
Pay him.
They're gonna pay him and they're gonna cut him. They're gonna have to do something with him.
Listen, what you gotta do, you're gonna pay him. So you're gonna pay him.
Well, that's for that. Yeah, yes. We got that. But
what do you do organizational wise, or do you? My question.
Stop right there, Kevin. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but stop right there. You said organizational wise. This is why they're in the mess that they're in now, because they're the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and they end up paying. They ended up giving a contract to a guy who didn't deserve the contract, who wasn't that good in the first place.
He's not giving you anything. Bench him. I don't care how much the contract is, right?
Yeah.
Bench him and play one of them other young dudes that you got and see what you got.
You got Jameis Winston as a backup.
Put my man Jameis out there, bro.
Jameis do it all, baby.
Yeah, Jameis. Yes, Jameis is a motivational speaker. My man's in there. Right.
My man.
Bo Nix, is he the real deal?
I don't know.
It's too early to tell.
I think it's too early to tell.
He's okay.
For me to say, he's
too early to tell.
Too
early to tell. Gotcha. Let me move on to one of D's favorite teams, the Bills and the Texans. Houston all week. Stephon Diggs downplayed how big it would be when he faced the Buffalo Bills for the first time since a blockbuster trade brought him to Houston. On Sunday, after the Texans used a last-second field goal to eke out a 23-20 victory, the star receiver finally admitted how important this game was to him. I'm not going to sit here and act like this was just a regular game, he said. It meant a lot to me, and it was reassuring that these guys around me knew that it meant a lot to me, even if I didn't say it. I just try to keep it poised and treat every week like the same, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't mean a lot. C.J. Stroud threw for 331 yards and a touchdown to Kami Fairbairn's tie-breaking 59-yard field goal as time expired lifted Houston to victory. Diggs to Texas with 6 receptions for 82 yards and said that Sunday was an emotional day for him and spending the past 4 seasons in Buffalo. I was just trying to take advantage and get a win for my team, but obviously it's emotional. He said, I played with a lot of emotions. I'll say this about this game, and I'll give it to the panel. I'll give it to DA. I don't know what the coach was doing at the end with the time management thing. I don't know what was going on.
That's time management.
That's really bad time management.
In the first half, he did the same thing. So
I'm like, man, bro, you're a seasoned coach, man. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, man, but somebody's got to be accountable and on hold for that. But go ahead, DA, take it away.
Hey, that kid Stroud is super duper duper. First off, the defense didn't play great, but they played well enough out there. Last year was not a fluke. That's all I can say. It's not a fluke.
Right.
They are for real. The team itself is serious. I still think Buffalo they played a good game, but they got some stuff to do. They got some player things to do. They got to get some stuff. The defense is rancid in the back end, so they got some work to do. And Josh Allen can't win everything and can't do everything all the time.
4 yards.
Good game.
4 yards. He rushed for 4 attempts on 54 yards. Cook at least ran the ball 20 times for 82 yards. What a touchdown yesterday.
Which is good.
Right.
So that's 130, running between the two, 130 yards. And he passed for some yards. But the point is, the defense was rancid. Like, he played the offensive game good enough to win. The defense was rancid. So, good game by the Bills, just not good enough. Better game by Texas. Great young quarterback, and they have a system that works for him, right? Because they're really balanced for the most part, and they play a lot of play action, and he'll fake it, and he'll catch somebody way downfield. So he's the real deal. I can't take nothing away from him. So good game by both sides. There's somebody has to lose. So
right, the angry one. What you got for us, sir?
I'm gonna just ask a question because I think I'm looking at. I feel like I'm looking at this wrong because I haven't heard nobody talk about this. What was Josh Allen's stats? His passing stats? Am I reading?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was 9 for 30 for 131 yards, 1 TD.
Yeah, you seen that, right?
Hold on. Yeah, now I'm triggered. How is this man? I know it's just one game. How is he not being destroyed? This man has been talked about as one of the top 5 quarterbacks in this league, and you have a 9 for 30. A 9 for 30.
I ain't got a whistle, but I got a bell.
Please ring the bell, please. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yes, you were still in the game or whatever. You probably could have won the game had you been a little bit more efficient. 9 of 30. You had a running game. That is unacceptable.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That was it.
I'm sorry.
He might have been concussed, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he
did
a
whole lot of drops.
He got hit.
A whole lot of drops. Or the Coleman kid, I do remember that. He had like 2-3 drops. I do remember that. But come on, bro. 9 of 30?
Yeah.
9 of 30.
9 of 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when the kid from Washington, when he starts to tail off and he's not doing so amazing he's doing now, don't none of y'all come and kill that kid. I know y'all are, but don't come kill him because you're not killing this man right here. And this is your top 5 quarterback. Okay. I'm done. Yo, it's a great game by the Texans. The defense held when they needed to. The offense scored when they needed to. It looked like it was the Diggs show, even though he didn't do. Let me go back. Diggs
he didn't do much. But guess what? Guess who could have used him?
82 yards. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess who could have used? Guess who could have used Stephon Diggs?
Oh well, yeah.
Bills?
We said that at the beginning of the year. You wanted to roll with what's this guy's name?
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman, who had 5 targets and only had 1 catch. You had Kincaid, 6 targets, only 2 catches. You had some guy named Hollins. I'm sorry, I don't mean to butcher you up. I'm sorry, Mac Hollins. 6 targets, 2 catches. Okay, but you don't need Diggs, right? Okay.
Yeah. But better yet, let me just say that the Houston Texans was really, I mean, you can't say how you say give away a game, trying to give away a game without saying giving away a game.
Absolutely.
I mean, they was awful. Some of the stuff that I was like, wow. And Buffalo had a chance to win the game. They had their chances, but they didn't take it. They didn't execute exactly. So, shout outs to the Texans got the win. I mean, they wipe their brow and say we got out of there and we move on. But this is what happens in the NFL. But yeah, I'm with E, and definitely D has been making noise about this of Josh Allen and all of how these guys big him up and how great this guy is. And I don't recall seeing you talking about a top 5 quarterback having a performance as such. This 9-30, that's wild.
Not Dan Marino.
For you to be a top 5, and like I said, I don't think
John
I didn't listen too much. Maybe you guys could, because you guys might have been at the crib. I didn't hear nobody talk about. I heard him talk about the bad play calling of McDermott, but didn't hear him
blame
Josh Allen.
Never his fault.
Yeah. Didn't hear it. Didn't see no memes about it. Usually, it's somewhere down the line you hear something. No,
nope.
Nothing.
Didn't see nothing. It was very, very quiet when it concerns of Josh Allen. Yeah.
Nope.
A great cold hope up there in the cold.
I'll say this: when the angry one started talking, I had to look at my screen to make sure it wasn't the DA, because this is what the DA has been talking in like the last couple of years about Josh Allen, and people on the 4-letter network and the other networks, for whatever reason, they will not. They love him, and not saying that you can offer justifiable criticism. One of our sayings I saw yesterday, and we're going to start bringing it back up. Where Darryl, what you said with the objective perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those networks, they don't be doing that. And when I totally forgot, I had put in my notes. I had in my notes here. I was like, dang, I got to bring that up, and I forgot. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, 9-30. If that's anybody else, the kid in Washington, I don't want to hear anything.
Jaden Daniels, you killing him.
I don't want to hear
nothing. In Chicago, 9-30, everybody gets killed. So right, so
but Josh Allen, he pulls it out.
But in his fifth, 6th year, it's okay for this guy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Let me move to the other game. We got 2 games here before we get on out of here. From the AP, Santa Clara, California, where it was burning up yesterday. It looks like the Niners wanted to switch to white home uniforms. The NFL told them no, too late. Anyway, Kyler Murray's day started with a 50-yard touchdown run where he pointed to the end zone in celebration almost as soon as he crossed the line of scrimmage. It ended up with him driving the Arizona Cardinals into field goal position and then becoming a spectator watching his team filling kicker and defense come through at the end. Both delivered with Chad Ryland kicking a 35-yard field goal with 1:37 to play, and Kazir White's intercepting a pass from Brock Purdy to seal Arizona's 24-23 comeback victory over the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. Murray says this: I hate it. Murray said about the game being out of his control at the end. I didn't want to give them the ball back. I was hoping we could convert and end the game on our terms. That didn't happen. Chad was great making the field goal, and the defense came up clutch. Murray did plenty with his touchdown run, touchdown pass, and key late drive, but he also had plenty of help. James Conner ran the ball for 86 yards and scored on a 2-point conversion. Marvin Harrison made a 4th down catch to fuel the winning drive, and the defense pitched a second-half shutout with 3 takeaways. It is a far cry from a week when the Cardinals 2-3 were embarrassed in 42-14 loss at home to Washington. I'm gonna give it to the winner first. E is as a Cardinals fan. E, take it away.
First and foremost, I did not pick my team to win.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's a lot of teams, and I guess we'll talk about this another time. But there's a lot of teams that are very inconsistent with their play. I understand the team that you're playing presents different,
challenges.
Different challenges or whatever. But if Kyler Murray would have been just this enthusiastic last week, hell, we could have been on a 2-game winning streak. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe now that he got his Call of Duty contract, maybe we can have some smiles for a few more games, man. But all jokes aside, I was really shocked. James Conner again is the engine that could in Arizona, and they played off of him. That's all I can say. I mean, that's what I thought this offense was built around, was a strong run game and play action. And Kyler Murray doing Kyler Murray things with his legs, and for whatever reason, San Fran. DA, maybe you can chime in. San Fran looked slow on defense yesterday. They was just a tad bit too late on certain deflections and stuff. It was just getting there. Kyler Murray has an arm, but he doesn't have that great of an arm. They just look slow to me. Maybe it was the 190-degree heat that they were playing in. Maybe that had something to do with it. But
yeah, it was hard.
Good team win for Arizona. I was not expecting it, but I'll take it.
DA, what you got for us on your team, the Niners? Taking this L.
Yeah, we took an L. They were better than us, and I told you before, and I listen, man, I know this game. I may not be super duper know this game, but I know this damn game, man. And I told you people, man, not y'all specifically, but I told folks, we got that history tell the story, man. I'm not making Brock Purdy Joe Montana. There's a reason why Shanahan has not wanted to pay the man that money yet, man. All right? And I can tell you the reason, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Ah, hell with it, I'll tell you. The reason is he wants to see what's in the draft. Because the kid was drafted, I've been saying this for fucking 3 years. He was drafted last for a reason, man. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, and I'm not saying they're going to let him go. But what I'm saying is that me knowing Shanahan is that he is going to check all his MFing options before he signs him. Reason why is he is what Cam Newton said he was. He is a game manager.
But that's disrespectful. How you say that about him every time you talk about this team?
There's nothing wrong with being a game manager. Thank you very much. Playing the position, anybody that played quarterback, if you're a game manager, hey, you're in the game.
It's true.
That's all I can say.
Yes. The one thing that he can't do is he's not the type of dude to bring you back. He's not that guy. Because when he does, what happens, right? Every time. I don't know how many. I don't remember as a Niners fan how many games he came from behind to win. I can't even recall any. Because he's put on a good team with weapons all around him. Not saying that's what you're supposed to do. And that's how my team is built. Maybe other teams are built differently. We're built that way so that if the quarterback, when he does want to get that big bag, we can say, nah, we're good. Because we can win without you.
Yo, can I ask
we
a question?
Can plug and play.
Real quick. Now, I know the DA knows this more so than anybody else. DA, Brock Purdy, his contract, being that he was picked dead last, what is his contract? Of course,
I think he's like 900,000.
No. Well, I mean, how many years though? Is it just 3 years, 4 years?
This is it. This is it. He wants to re-up right now. He should be playing better if he wants that.
Brock Purdy signed a 4-year, $3 million contract with San Francisco, including $77,000 signing bonus, 77 guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $934,252. In 2024, Purdy will earn a base salary of $985,000 while carrying a cap hit of $1.4 million and a dead cap value of $38,000.
Thank you, Kel. I was looking for that. My thing acting stupid.
Yeah, so we're really not trying to get, we don't have a problem paying you if you're that guy. But unfortunately for Brock Purdy, coming from our, the Niners, we've had two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. And then we had Jeff Garcia, who wasn't bad. Colin Kaepernick wasn't bad.
I remember Jeff Garcia.
So the reality is that we know what good looks like. And maybe, just maybe, coming off of the Jimmy G years, maybe, I'm being very serious. Shanahan may see some tendencies that he doesn't like. That's all. That is all. Because they could have paid him this year if they thought he was deserving of it. So that's my take on it.
The Niners finish the playoffs, get eliminated in the divisional round. Do y'all pay him or y'all get another quarterback? Which I do.
I got to see how he plays. For him, unfortunately, he's got a stat thing, right? Because we can get there because once everybody gets healthy and CMC is back and this is back and everything changes for it, right? Because the offense then clicks. Then we got to see, right? Then we got to see. But yeah, weapons yesterday. Ayuk was there. Debo was there. Stewart was there running the ball. Like, come on, man. We killers, like, dog, listen. Like, dudes were there.
Yeah, but if the question is, Kev, you said if he gets you back to the NFC Championship, that's what you said?
I said divisional. I first said divisional series. He gets eliminated divisional or gets to the NFC Championship. What do? You pay him?
You gonna pay him? You going to pay him? Because what you going to do? What you going to search for?
We can get a dog. This 3 years ago, what was he? When he went first time he took us to the playoffs. What was he?
Okay.
A rookie. Last pick in the draft. So if we get a second rounder, you don't believe they could do the same thing?
Oh yeah, because you arrogant. But
no. It's not. I'm arrogant. I'm just. The team itself has weapons.
The team is arrogant because you think you could do it again. And what I'm saying is, if you got somebody who got you to the NFC Championship again,
dude, Jimmy G got us to the Super Bowl. Pause.
That's a point.
Pause. Mm-hmm. We won the game. We was in the game. We were winning the game. That man threw a pass with his eyes closed. Same offense.
Yo, what you're saying is you don't want to. You're not trying to pay.
What
nobody.
I'm saying is we could do it with you, Daryl, if we get you there in camp. That's what I'm saying to you.
Suit up, D.
And also to DA's point, you gotta look at the structure of the team too. If you pay him, we all know how this quarterback thing works. If it's anything north of $40 million, then Fred Warner may not be there after another 2 years.
Can't do it. We don't do that.
Okay. It's a tricky slope, though. I'm interested to see what happens.
It is. And that's why, you win and you can lose on it. That's it. What I'm saying is I would love to have Brock Purdy there. I like Brock Purdy. But I do need to do that from time to time. Can come from behind and win a game. From time to time, keep a lead. Time to time, win some
that
games
doesn't got nothing to do
all
with
the stars.
He ain't got control of keeping the lead.
No. But why don't you listen? Sometimes I've watched where a team is coming back and your team says, listen, our defense can't stop them for shit. We got
you got to score. You got I got you.
You don't do that.
Yo, you got to give him some time, man.
No, fuck out of here, man. We don't do that. We like the Yankees. You ain't got no time here. We don't do that.
I just had a great idea. I'm
gonna be like the Yankees because they down now. But I'm
gonna have a segment or a show where we just do what Niner quarterbacks does the DA likes.
Yeah, please.
We're gonna rank them.
Joe Montana is not coming back through that door.
No,
DA.
He's not. I know. Listen, though, I like
Steve Young is not coming back through that door, bro.
Steve Young. I like Garcia. I like Kaepernick.
Jeff Garcia is not coming back through that door, bro.
I wish he could. We won 2 Super Bowls if Jeff Garcia was there.
What was the dude name before Kaepernick?
Drucker Miller.
Traded?
Drucker Miller.
Damn, I forgot about him. Good gracious.
Yeah.
Alex Smith was there.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
I like him better.
Wait, broken leg and all. He can't.
Hey, dog. That dude ran a 70-yard touchdown against
See, he's reminiscing, folks.
Saints.
That's all he got right now.
He is closing his eyes and reminiscing. He's singing Mary J. Blige right now.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on. For all those that don't know the DA, if you've been watching the show you'd be like, well, damn, he gives Brock Purdy hell. I said, well, you should have go back on Twin Box, which is at the bottom of our website, of course, and just type in Jimmy Garoppolo, and you'll have like a bunch of episodes Garoppolo of the DA talking about
baby at the stairs with no gate, baby at the top of the steps, no gate.
Yeah,
that was an actual episode title. Let's go to the last game, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this. The Giants, they went to Seattle, first time they won in a very long time. They beat the Seahawks 29-20. Isaiah Simmons was added to the field goal block team for the New York Giants this week. The move paid off on Sunday at the clinching moment for an unlikely Giants victory. Yep, unlikely, because I myself picked Seattle because they don't never go up to Seattle and win. They never. I forgot how long it's been, but they don't go up there. They do not play well.
Kev.
On Sunday as the clinching moment for an unlikely Giants victory. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, it was so much so that I was watching the Knicks preseason game. That's how bad I knew that. I said unlikely. No, I ain't lying. I was watching the preseason game of the Knicks.
He was watching
playing Charlotte.
I was watching that game. I was watching in between the WNBA game, and I was watching the Mets and the Mets.
And I was not thinking about the Giants until my man. Shout out to
Danny. Shout out to Dabby. He texted me in D and he was like, fellas, you see what's going on? I said, Danny, I have zero interest. And sure enough, the Giants was hanging around. They went up. But Seattle, they themselves, they cost them. They made a lot of mistakes in this game too. Shout out to the Giants. Their defense played, their special teams played. And I just called up my man. Like I said, he just made the Isaiah Simmons this week with that block point. Man, that was phenomenal, man. How he did that. Let me do it by the numbers here. Daniel Jones, he was 23 of 34, 257 yards, 2 TDs. He did not turn the ball over. Tracy Jr., he was 18. He had 18 attempts for 129 yards rushing. And Slayton had 11 targets for 122 yards. And also Robinson, who was supposed to be taking up the slack now that Neighbors is out. He came in, he had 9 targets for 6 receptions for 36 yards. Man, the Giants kind of did it by committee on that side. Geno, he was 28 of 40 for 284 yards, 1 TD.
No run.
Geno,
they had zero run game. Man.
Yeah, 40
zero run game.
40.
Yeah. So, when you don't run the ball, this is what happened. And the Giants took a great opportunity to take advantage, win the game, and their defense won the game for them at the end, man. So I don't know. E, what you got for us?
Yo, man, this was probably the first time in a long time that the Giants had a 4-quarter game. I mean,
I'm telling you, I watched.
I don't even know what else to say. I mean, they actually 34 carries for 175 yards for the Giants as a team.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time that happened?
That weed's illegal. It's legal up there in Seattle, so them dudes probably hide something. I don't know.
I don't know. This is not saying that the Giants can't do this because they obviously did, but Seattle, you usually don't. You're usually not able to run on Seattle with this type of efficiency. Usually, the first thing I look at, I don't know about anybody else, but when I see a guy, Tracy, 18 carries for $129. Oh, first thing I look at is his longest run was only 27 yards. So he was consistently getting chunks of yardage, in my opinion, obviously. So, man, shout out to the Giants. They went out west and got the job done, man. I don't know. Again, I don't know. These teams, you're built on playing defense and running the ball. You do neither.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Good win for the Giants, though. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Even though when they started off the game with the at the goal line
with
Rayshawn Jenkins takes it back for 102 yards to the house.
I think that's why I said
this is what I said. Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Yo, I was like, D was like, yo, Knicks are playing Charlotte in preseason. I said, let me check out my man Cat. I said, WNBA they got going on. Liberty got rid of the Aces.
The Aces.
What's going on with that? I saw the Mets. We'll see what's going on with them, man. Yeah, it was a good sports weekend, man. But yeah, shout out to the Giants. They played well enough to win the game. Their defense showed up, and we got the victory, man. So Giants are
7-point spread too on that one.
Yeah. So for the sake of time, I just totally forgot. Steelers and Cowboys last night. The Cowboys got the victory last night over the Steelers.
That game on both
trash game, but Cowboys.
Well, Dan will probably beg to differ. Prescott was 29-42, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. Justin Fields was 15-27, 2 TDs. He doesn't turn the ball over, but they didn't have enough running for me watching that game, and I actually stayed up to watch that game. And Dallas got the victory, man. And Dan did say at the end, he said he did not have any confidence that Justin Fields will lead the team down the field to some kind of winning score. So he said that. He said that just in case. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, listen, man. I know we gotta go, right? But that's what I'm saying, man. Some quarterbacks can lead you back from a deficit to win. Right? Fields just ain't there yet. At some point he will be, because I think he's a heck of a quarterback. And that's why on Dan Patrick and whatnot, guys are saying, are they going to put Russell back in when he gets healthy? That may, I don't know what that says. It may be. Because if they feel that he can pass the ball and get you a comeback, there's a difference, man. But I think Justin Fields is a hell of a quarterback. I just don't think he's a come from behind wing quarterback just yet. And I'm not saying that ever. I'm saying just yet. I feel the same thing with Brock Purdy. That's all. But what do you do with a quarterback that's not ready to do that when you have another 53 on the team that are ready, right? So you're kind of a contending type team. What do you do? That's all. So I'm not saying they're going to switch him, but I'm telling you, Tom, I'm thinking about figuring out a way to get Russell in there. Because Russell had a better command of the offense, because he was going to win the job until he got hurt. So,
yeah,
it's what it is. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely is, man. We look forward to week 6 in the NFL. College football is going on to week 7. A lot of good games that's coming up on Thursday night. We'll listen. If you haven't been watching, all those that don't watch baseball, whatever, check out the American League and the National League Divisional Series, man. The Mets and Phillies are playing really, really good series. A lot of dramatics, incredible. I was watching Cleveland and Detroit today. Detroit, they made it a great game. They won 3-0. Watch that game. Oh, and by far the best, I think, so far. My Yankees are losing 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th against the Royals. By far, I think the best series thus far is between the Dodgers and the Padres. Man, oh man, oh man! If you don't know,
that's a lot of trash talking there, boy. I tell you,
I figured that it was a football game. Tatis and what's his name? What's my main man? That stole the home run. He literally went to left field. That was
jumped over the
and he hit the ball. It took the ball. And Dodger fans were so mad at that, man. And then they started throwing trash at him on the field. You talk about you want to see a series? Watch the LA Dodgers against the Padres. That series is tied at 1. The series shifts to Petco Park in San Diego. Beautiful park to watch baseball. I've been there myself. Make sure you check out that. But baseball, it's in the heat of the things. All the series is good. Like I said, all the
there's been some very good games. Yeah,
very good games. Very good games.
Baseball's
we'll have Ryan.
Not dead.
No, baseball's not dead. No. We'll have Ryan talk on Thursday about the WNBA. Looks like the Liberty are going to the finals. Minnesota and the Connecticut Sun, I guess they will figure out tomorrow who will be going to the finals against the Liberty. We'll be talking about that on Thursday. College football, of course, and other notable things. Hey, just to mention, and there's no party shots tonight because this is going to be my party shot for everybody, and I'm going to make sure I set up so they don't kill me on this. Hey, LeBron James, he's playing with Bronny James, his son. So we'll talk about that.
That's it.
Listen, y'all have a great night, great Monday.
Jerickson Profar, that's his name.
Jerickson Profar with the San Diego Padres. Yes, that was a crazy catch that he did in left field last night against the Dodgers. Man, but that's a great series, man. But yes, the guys quick. Go ahead.
Just real quick. Kansas City is up 10-7. They look like they're about to score again. Kansas City and New Orleans is playing. Kansas City is currently up 10-7, and they are in the red zone as we speak.
What's the over-under on Taylor Swift sighting? I already seen it one time already.
I stopped. I stopped after the Super Bowl. I stopped caring.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm like, here we go again.
Kevin.
Yo,
you seem to have triggered the angry one twice in one night. Kevin, this is NFL college football blitz. If you ever talk about,
I was just talking about the upcoming. I was just talking about what's upcoming for Thursday. This is the Monday Night Football Blitz, but I have to preview what we're going to talk about. So yeah, we'll mention that a little bit. But go ahead, D-Dubs. Look like
I ain't got nothing, man. Yo, peace.
DA went off, man. Listen,
night, man.
On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O. Warren, your host and moderator, for Daryl D-Dubs Warren, for James the Angry One Warren, for the DA, for Dan and Mike Mills and Ryan in their absence, man. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast, the Monday Night Blitz. Hey, check us out on Thursday night. Yo, we're 70 people short of 3,000 subscribers. Yo, share the show with somebody so we can get to that 3,000 by the time.
Don't let me get FB to come get you.
By the time Thursday comes, so we can say, hey, we got these 3,000 subscribers, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be blessed.
WD, I'm sorry. I'm talking about how Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Whatever, man.
It was a trash game last night.
Yeah,
trash game. Trash. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.